and control the ball, while their big scoring play could hardly be considered ball control type offense or conservatism. It was a great play, surprising.
I don't think Clintonville was looking for them to throw. They only put the ball up about 6 times a game. Jerschley looking for room on the outside, gets a block from O'Connor, but coming up from behind to make the tackle was Terry Griebling, number 54. He goes out of bounds, stops the clock with ones showing 1 minute, 11 seconds. Pickup of 4 yards on the play, 2nd down and 6. Six to nothing. Menominee Falls East has the lead. The Class A championship game coming down to the end of the first half. Bill Schrader, number 31. Mikas hits him and slows him down, and then Final 77 comes up to make the tackle. I believe, however, that Schrader got enough yardage for the first down. Also in there, Mike Hegner, number 73.
Schrader's really impressive so far. Really doing a nice job filling in for Roosh. He's got his chance to play in this big title game, and he's just coming up all shining colors.
We've got an official timeout. Jerschley may have needed an equipment repair. If he did, he has had it, and he is heading back into the huddle. As the seconds now tick down, we have 1:03 play. They wind up the clock, and now down a minute to play. Jerschley brings him up. Schrader in the backfield with him. Connor. Wide man, and cutting him down is number 63, John Faust, is all over Jerschley.
Faust has made a lot of plays also this first half. He evidently is the key to the Falls defense as far as when the rollout comes outside. It must be his assignment to go right to Jerschley because he's been Johnny on the spot on a number of occasions.
Jerschley has carried the ball 5 times in the first half. He's gained 23 yards. And this may be the final play unless they put it up. 2nd and 10. Fumble in the backfield on the exchange between Jerschley and Jerry O'Connor. Jerschley fell on it.
That play was designed to be a short reverse to O'Connor, but Jerschley and O'Connor had their steps mixed up and they ran into each other, and therefore the fumble.
And that's going to be the final play of the first half. They'll go to the dressing room. Chet Jerkovic will try to get the Truckers straightened around after 1 half of play. In the Class A championship game, the score, Menominee Falls East 6, Clintonville nothing. The Clintonville Truckers are heading back to kick off to begin the second half. The deep man for Menominee Falls East will be 87, Marty Dowden, and number 19, Mikas. And teeing the ball up at the 40-yard line, Mike Jerschley.
I may be mistaken, but Menominee Falls received in the first half. Now, why are they receiving
in the second half? I was confused by the same thing, and I think that Clintonville chose to take the wind in that first period.
But they took it now in the beginning of the game or now, do you mean?
In the first period, I believe. I believe they chose to kick off and take the wind. Jerschley, and there is that wind, and Jerschley's strong leg as he kicks that one out of the end zone. That's all I can imagine.
That must be the case, because if Clintonville had the option this half, they would definitely have taken the wind in the 4th quarter rather than the 3rd, so that must be the case.
Menominee Falls East, led by Chris Capstrand. According to Coach Jim Jeskowitz, he's really their catalyst. He provides the leadership for this ball club, which is a little bit unusual when you talk about leadership because Capstrand is a junior. Bob Schultz at Calder Stadium in Menasha, along with Keith Wortman and Jim Carter. The give is to Mikas. He has some room on that left side. Small, number 19, made the tackle along with Mike Jerschley, number 17. And we have a player down on the field, and that is Mikas, number 19.
He took a pretty good shot from Small there. It was a good tackle, upended him, knocked him right down. I think he probably just got the wind knocked out of him, but it was a good hit.
Number 19, Gary Mikas, all-conference in the 440 dash. And the all-conference kicker for the Braveland Conference as well.
You mentioned, Bob, that it's unusual to have leadership coming from a junior when you talked about Capstrand, the quarterback. But with 12 juniors on the starting lineup on this team, Menominee Falls has to look for another great year next year. It's really an impressive young team.
We'll get a chance to see the injury to Gary Mikas coming up here again on the replay. Watch number 19. Here comes the hit there by number 19, Randy Schmall.
Well, pardon me, Bob. I think what it was, it looked like his Mikas's ankle was caught back underneath when he went down. When his top of his body went back, I think his foot got caught, and they seemed to be attending to either his right knee or ankle.
And obviously, in any game, we hate to see a player go down. In the Wisconsin Dells Clintonville game last week, 2 players were hurt on the same play. That was the play that cost the Truckers the services of Dave Roosh, or Nubby as he is nicknamed, who is out for the season. He's on the sideline, by the way, on crutches, and not only crutches, but he has those crutches wrapped with black and orange crepe paper, the color of the Truckers. And that same play that Tom Schrader also went out.
Here's one of those masks we were talking about earlier. One of the Clintonville fans on the sideline has that Halloween mascot. There's a bunch of characters here today.
How'd you tell he was a Clintonville fan? Because
by
he was
his
wearing
hat.
Oh, the hat. I'm glad you weren't making some reference to the way his face looked.
Oh, no. I think he's from Embarrass.
That's where Roosh is from. Remember, we'll have high school football action coming up tonight on TV 11 again at 10:30. Believe it or not, our 3rd high school championship football telecast in a span of about 26 hours. That will be the WISAA championship game. St. Mary Springs of Fond du Lac against Milwaukee Thomas More. Thomas More, coached by Jim Holuska, who was a quarterback for the Wisconsin Badgers in the early 1950s. Springs, coached by Bob Hyland, no relation to the Packers center. Bob Hyland took his Springs ball club to that last game last year, and they lost it to Milwaukee Marquette. They're back knocking on the door with a chance for another championship. That's on TV 11, 10:30 tonight. Mikas is out in, replacing him as Butler, number 21. The give to Dahlman.
O'Connor and Jershey right there are the 2 left side linebackers. Not much room to run.
Krzyzewski also in on the stop. Dave Dahlman against Heartland carried the ball 41 times. That was in their semifinal victory, 14-7. Carried it 41 times for 178 yards and 2 touchdowns. Falls East with a lead by a score of 6-0. 3rd down, a yard to go for the first. Capstrand has them at the line. Butler stopped, and he is close, and I believe he may have the first down by about the length of the football.
It sure wasn't by much, Bob. Once again, Greg Danke from his right linebacker spot jumped up in that hole and made the tackle.
Just under 11 minutes to play in the 3rd period. 6-0. Menominee Falls East in the dark uniforms has the lead as we battle for the Class A championship. First down, 10 yards to go. The ball to 31. Flags are down. We had somebody moving early on the right side. I would guess that was number 87, Marty Dowden, the right end. On the sideline, here's Keith Wertman.
Got Falls assistant coach here, Mark Heyerdahl. Coach, any special adjustments for Jershey?
No, not. Our defense is set up to handle almost anything, and we feel we can play defense without making special adjustments. We can handle anybody.
Good luck in this half, Coach.
Keith Wertman on the far sideline, a long way away for that sound to travel all around and get back to you. Falls at the 25-yard line following the penalty. Now they move it ahead to the 26. That's more like it. We've got a first down and 15 yards to go for Falls East. Leading him out is Mark Yeager. The center, the guards are Mark Rundle, 66, Steve Menders, 67. The tackles, Mike Selhausen, number 70, and Bill Philo, number 77. Gallman. A couple of yards, that's all. Mike Westfall, 71, 6 feet even, 210 pounds senior. The nose guard or the middle guard for Clintonville, making the tackle. Mike Johnson also helping out on the stop after a gain of 2 yards. It'll be 2nd down and 13.
Menominee Falls has come out this half and changed the running attack a little. As you recall, in the first half, they ran almost exclusively behind Mike Selhausen on the left side. Now they've balanced it up and they've gained some yards.
Busted play. Capstrand kept it. Got about 5 yards on it.
It was a busted play, and yet there was such a big hole that they could hesitate on the cross-up and still make yardage.
Bob Butler is in the lineup replacing Gary Mikas, who twisted